There's a creator out there right now with 80,000 followers who made less money last month than the person making your coffee. Today I'm going to show you exactly why that happens and the 3-part system that closes that gap for good. Most people, including creators themselves, believe that follower count is the scoreboard, that more followers equals more money. This is the single most expensive myth in the creator economy right now. It keeps talented people broke and burnt out. A creator with 80,000 engaged followers and zero monetization system earns less than a barista working 30 hours a week. Meanwhile, a creator with 12,000 followers and a proven system can pull 20k, 30k, even 60k months and beyond. Trust me, I've seen it. The difference is not the audience, it's the infrastructure behind it. I build out and scale these types of infrastructures for content creators using the same systems that has generated creators 5, 6, 7 figures consistently. Because the thing is, without a system, creators fall into a trap. Post more, grow more, hope brands notice, but brand deals are inconsistent. It's underpaid and completely outside of your control. You're renting your income from someone else's budget. And that is not a business. And we do not want to do that, okay? We want to take control of our income from social media. The creators making 60k with the same audience size as you are not smarter. Their content isn't better. They just have something you don't yet, which is a monetization engine. A system that generates the attention they generate and converts it into revenue automatically, consistently, without them living in their DMs trying to close or chase more brand deals. Most creators who struggle to monetize are missing one or more of these. First, a product that solves a real specific problem their audience already has. Second, a sales system that nurtures followers and moves them towards a purchase without feeling pushy or salesy. And thirdly, a launch strategy that creates momentum and demand on day one instead of crickets. Remove any of these and the whole thing collapses. So here's what most creators try instead. They watch 40 YouTube videos, buy a course, attempt to build a funnel at 11 p.m, give up on the tech and conclude, my audience just doesn't buy. You're a content expert trying to become a marketing engineer overnight. Just doesn't work, okay? Or at least it's way harder to get the results that you're looking for. It's gonna take way more time because, actually monetizing your audience the right way takes knowledge and a bunch of trial and error if you've never done it before. So what does the system actually look like? Well, here's the exact framework. Step 1 is validate before you build. The biggest mistake creators make when launching a product is building first and then hoping people will buy. You have to flip it. Start with your audience's most painful, specific problem, not a generic topic, a specific, urgent pain. The more defined the problem, the easier the sale. Your audience is already telling you what they need. You just have to listen to what they're actually telling you. So the first step is doing market research on your audience. So what does that mean? Get to know your audience, okay? Know their problems, know what they are desiring from you specifically. Like, what problems are they wanting to solve? You can do this by having them filling out surveys, making story posts, looking at what type of content is getting the most engagement, the most views. Ask your people, ask your audience in the DMs, several ways to go about it. Now, when you have a list of a few things that is in high demand, people are constantly asking you to make more content on this, they want more help on this, it's linked to a clear pain point, you have to pick one, okay? So what I always do for my creators is that I choose the topic with the most demand and the highest transformation that is linked to clear pain points. Because the higher the transformation, the bigger the value for the audience, which just means automatically more engagements, more followers, but also you can charge more. And that means less purchases are needed to actually make more money. That is why I always preach doing high ticket whenever possible, and if not high ticket, at least like mid ticket. And high ticket is something that can go for 20k or 2k and upwards. Mid ticket is kind of like 500 to 1,900, around that. Because let's face it, if you are selling something for $3,000, you only need 10 people to get to 30k in 1 month. And you can easily get 10 people on a high ticket offer if that makes sense for your niche. For example, if the transformation is big enough. So instead of like, this is how you build a super nice Shopify store for your e-commerce business, a way bigger transformation than that you can charge way more for is how to get to your first 10k a month with e-com, as an example. Now, step 2 is build the automated sales engine. So once you have a validated product, you need a system that sells it while you sleep. This means a funnel that captures interest, a nurture sequence that builds trust, and a clear conversion point, all automated. This is what separates creators who wake up to sales notifications from creators who wake up to another day of manual hustle. You are not supposed to be in your DMs closing deals or have every other post try to sell people on your product. That's not scalable. It creates audience fatigue and burns you out. And guess what? If your audience is fatigued by your content, constantly feel sold to, and don't trust you anymore, that defeats the whole purpose of having an audience in the first place. So you have to do this the right way. Very important. Your audience is like your baby. You have to take great care of it. So how do you sell without selling? Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the Flywheel VSL funnel. It is very effective, especially if you're on YouTube. Like, this is very good if you're on YouTube. Basically, VSL stands for Video Sales Letter. So it's a video that, is you talking to your audience and explaining your offer, explaining what you do, explaining the transformation, mentioning the pain points, the problems that can be solved by them buying this product, basically. So it basically takes the viewer from unaware to they want to purchase. That is a VSL. People have been killing it with this. You might know the person named Iman Gadzhi on social media. He specifically was able to pull in $20 million over the span of 2 years from a single VSL video on YouTube. And how he was able to do that is he made a video, posted it on YouTube, then he had several other videos doing different things, for example, giving value, building authority, lifestyle content, stuff like that, that pointed people to that specific video. So it was able to give him 10 million views over the span of 2 years. From that, not only did it bring him in sales to his info product daily over the span of 2 years, but by the way, without him having to sell in all of his videos, because this single video handled the selling and all other videos were just to bring in traffic to that single video. So you don't create audience fatigue and you're still able to sell very effectively. And he got almost 200,000 subscribers from this single video, or from this system, as well as $266,000 in AdSense revenue. So there you go, try it out, see how it works. You have that system, but you obviously also need like a landing page, and that's a whole other thing. I'm not gonna go into all of that. I have a video covering how you handle the audience from there, from having them watch the video sales letter, how you handle them from there so they actually make a purchasing decision. But anyways, let's move on. So step 3 is launch with a strategy and not just hope. A launch isn't just posting about your product. A real launch is a sequenced campaign built around your audience's psychology that creates urgency social proof, and demand before you even open the cart. Done right, the first 72 hours of a launch can generate more revenue than 3 months of passive posting. Done wrong, it feels like shouting into the void. So the difference is how you do it, not the effort you put in. There's different ways you can launch. For example, webinar, story sequence, hosting challenges, there's application funnels, etc. One specific launch strategy that works for almost everyone. It is the most simplest, and while at the same time bringing in very good results, and it has brought in millions of dollars in sales for creators. It's called the 14-day launch sequence. So this is something that you use specifically on your Instagram stories. So if you're on Instagram, definitely use your Instagram stories to your advantage. Just do it, okay? That is why this 14-day story sequence also works. So what it does is that you're basically posting stories every single day in the span of 14 days. And during those 14 days, you're basically taking your audience through different emotional stages for them to be able to make a well-concluded purchasing decision. So first is the warm-up, then you give value, proof, community feeling, and by the end of the 14 days is the CTA. So you're not selling at all during these 14 days. The only days where you're having like a call to action where you tell people, hey, you can purchase in this link, is the last 3 to 4 days. So yeah, the launch, do it the right way, okay? If you want good results and not just, a few sales here and there. Also, I have the exact 14-day launch sequence on a Miro board covering exactly what you need to post during the different days. If you want that, comment launch down below and I will send it to you. Or you can just write to me on Instagram, I'll send it to you. And I'm also gonna make a video soon covering the exact things you have to post during the 14 days. In depth. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Also, webinar launches are really effective. They do take quite a lot more effort, but they're very, very effective. So if you have the time, if you have someone planning doing everything for you, then why not just do a webinar launch? Yeah, you have to try and see. So besides all of this, I really need you to know that followers are not the finish line, they're the starting point. The creators making real predictable money from their audience are not working harder than you. They're working inside a system that converts attention into income automatically. You don't need more followers, you need the infrastructure that makes the followers you already have actually worth something, to your financial income. So if you want me to break down exactly what your monetization system can look like based on your specific audience, the link in the description gets you a free personalized breakdown. If you want me and my team to handle everything for you, the link is also in the description to apply for that. If you want to, you can do this yourself. You do you. Either way, I am rooting for you, I believe in you, and you are gonna reach your financial goals. I believe you can do it. And something I just quickly want you to know, because there's so many people online telling you that success needs to be hard and you have to grind and hustle. Listen, you don't have to do everything if you're a content creator. Success can come easy if you just open your mind to it. So try to stay open-minded to that and don't always fall for the propaganda online. And forget me even. Getting someone to handle everything for you, just make sure that it is someone that you trust, that has knowledge, and that is in it for your best interest and wants you to succeed, and are not just in there for the quick money to then just leave and then leave your audience fatigued and completely broken the trust with your audience. Because if your trust is broken, then sales is also going to be broken. So make sure you trust the person that you work with. Also, stay tuned for an upcoming video where I will explain what type of products you should be launching based on your audience and how to decide on exactly what transformation to give no matter what niche you're in. But here's the problem. Even if you build the system, most creators will leave 60% of their revenue on the table because of one specific mistake in how they price and position their offer. Down below is a link to a video where I explain exactly how to prevent this from happening to you. With all of that said, I hope you could bring some value from this video. Like if you did, comment what you want me to talk about more in depth. And yeah, I will catch you in the next one. Love you. Bye.